Yeah, I mean that photo of the roller coaster is from The Fly, which is not an intense ride at all. Okay, so we're Tainted Eve. Trying to remember how this works. If I remember correctly, well, first off, okay, we can do whatever we want. When you fire for too long, you create a familiar, and then Sumptorium, also known as Leamington, allows you to suck them back up for HP. Okay. Got it. Hello, NL. I recently went bald. Do you find that it's hard to hear on a windy day? Without having hair to block the wind is very loud. I have never in my entire life heard of this phenomenon before. It might be the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, to be quite frank with you. I can't, because the principle applies, you know, to microphones. You know, you got to put like a windsock on a microphone to avoid the wind sound, but sorry, Ruka's he's freaking out right now. I'm not trying to make fun of you. It's just funny. Yeah, are you drunk? Hi? Sorry, I can't hear you. I don't have any hair. It's just, I mean, I'm genuinely thinking about it now. There are like bald things that people don't think about, right? Like people they think that bald people wear hats all the time because they don't want people to know that they're bald. Not the case at all. Well, for some people, I guess it is. Corey. Yeah, are you here, by the way? I don't want to make a joke at your expense unless you're here, but it's too late now. But, like, most of the time, you see, like, a bald guy wearing a hat, it's because either they're trying to avoid a sunburn, or because they're trying to avoid their head being freaking freezing, man. Like, in the wintertime, that was one of the biggest adjustments. Like, I was never really, like, a wintertime hat guy. And then when I shaved my head, I went outside with just my bald head, and I was getting ambient brain freeze. Like the same way if you drank a Slurpee too fast, you would be like, you know, I have a headache. It can happen to you like from the temperature out if it's cold enough. It's got to be pretty cold to be honest, but yeah, plus you got to put a hat on just so you can hear people to, to block the wind sound, of course. So we've discussed ad nauseum. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the black candle, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Where does the sunscreen end? The question is inherently nonsensical. You should put sunscreen on all of your exposed skin. It ends where your shirt begins. Or if you're a frickin' sicko, your pants, I guess. Sunscreen is for cowards? No, like, I mean, if you don't wanna wear it, that's fine, but like, you know, come on. That can't be your personality. The guy who doesn't believe sunscreen works, like, that's just... Just get blasted by UV radiation, forehead. Help me! Yeah, oh man, that guy's such a badass. He's deliberately raising his risk of melanoma because he's too lazy to squeeze a little bottle for 2 seconds and then spread it all over his face. God, I wish I was that cool. That would be a good bit, though. What about the guy who just, he doesn't wear sunscreen because he's like, it just, I don't know, I just find like it kind of ruins the feeling of the sun for me. Like, I understand the risks and all that, but like, I just personally, I prefer like au natural, you know, like no barrier. I think you can see where the joke's going here. Like maybe the sun could like get some protection and then I could just be like, I'll do things the normal way. Dude, let's do it. Yeah. Oh, okay. We buy a spirit heart? Oh my god. What the heck? We buy a spirit heart, I said? Clips farmed, baby. Clips farmed. Ah! I forgot that, like, when we charge the knife, we'll get some thorium. We can't charge it all the way. Knives Out. That's a good... Remember to remind me to title this one Knives Out if we live long enough for that to matter. I'm gonna become the Joker. Slash marker Knives Out. I'm sure my next marker is gonna be like, you know, 8 crazy nights or something like that. You can't Weezer the juice. Bruce Springsteen. Exactly. Sick reference. Dude, it's from Encino Man. I won't see the movie because it costs $5 to rent it on Amazon, but Malf references it all the time. So I'm somewhat familiar. If you die on this room, I know this is clip farming, but like, I mean it sincerely. If you die on this run, like, or in this room, you're bad. Uninstall. I don't care. Get gate kept. Okay, hold on. Can of rune and I'll be okay. I'm just gonna die. I'm gonna die on this room. I don't know how to fight you. Great shot. I can't. Okay, saved. This kind of reminds me of Pokemon Snap. How so? By the way, thank you for, like, a lot of people in chat are asking about Returnal. They're saying, hey, when are you going to play Returnal? Nobody that I have seen over the course of the entire day today has said, when are you going to play new Pokemon Snap? Very much, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks so much for preserving my sanity. Planetarium? Soul. Radiant Victory. I don't remember what you do. What is it you'd say you do? Oh, well, we're dead. Goodbye. It's the strongest enemy in gaming history. If you can live through this room, you can beat, like, Delirium on 1 HP. I'm not gonna die to one spider, dude. I'm not going out like that. Oh, and it full heals you after you kill the boss. That's right, because it gives you the sun card. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I got nothing against new Pokemon Snap. I just... I don't anticipate playing it. I watched Apollo play a little bit, and I was like... It's like, it's Pokemon Snap, but I don't know many of the Pokemon that are in it. You know? Like, I was watching, and like, he shot a bunch of, well, shot pictures, my mistake, of a bunch of, like, ladybugs, and I was like, I don't even know what the heck this is, and he was like, it's Lady Bass! I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I played the original back in the day. It's where I honed my eye for aesthetics in many ways. I was hit, my mistake. Dude, we need some frickin' HP. That's an older Pokemon. Not in my world. Oldest Pokemon on my world is Mewtwo. It's from Gen 2. Gen 2 is by my standards still kinda new. Like I'm still like Ho-Oh to me is not a real Pokemon. It's clickbait for season 2 of the animated show. Mewtwo is the youngest Pokemon? Bro, how could that be true when they used other Pokemon's DNA to try to create... Mewtwo can't be the youngest Pokemon, dude, because they used Mew's DNA to try to create... or so, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's all made up anyway. Excuse me, my HP, please. Thank you. Jesse. It's all made up, dude. You know, here's the deal. Hate that. Hello, Egg. Thanks for the content. Hello, Twitch. Thanks for the website. You know what? We're even. Especially with the tier 1 sub. I can't believe that Mom's knife is bad now. What the heck is this? Empty heart, it multiplies. It's a good website, man. It's one of the better websites. One of the websites I go to most, without a doubt. I might be a little biased. Empty heart on Eve, Pog. I think I saw... whatever, man. I think I saw Cobalt get this item, and he agonized over it. He was like, what am I gonna get? Am I gonna do it? Am I gonna not? And chat was like, oh, don't know. And then, like... when he picked it up, he got a bunch of, like, empty hearts. I got nothing, man. Beats me. Let's take it down. I've been delayed. I've been delayed. I've been delayed. What? We got an HP up out of an empty heart container? That was a different item. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was having a good time watching Chiblee play Club Penguin. I did. I really liked his idea of making a Grand Theft Auto 5 RP kind of stream, but doing it on Club Penguin instead of doing it on Grand Theft Auto. I think it's a genius idea. Seems like a fun time. The strength. Then do it. Oh, you know, it's Chib's idea. I'm not just gonna steal it out of nowhere, you know. Oh, that was dangerous. I like the part where he gaslit children. Man, that's what's like, you're Gen Z on the internet. Nobody is your age. Everybody is always like either a boomer if they're over the age of 22. Like if you were alive when Iron Man 1 came out, you're a boomer, or you're like 6 months old. It's like the classic, you know, in like video games online, like everybody better than me has no life and everybody worse than me is an idiot. It's like that, but it... Oh, excuse me, one moment, sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a rant there. But does anybody else think Dr. Pangloss is a little bit like Betsy DeVos? Wait, does it... Here, hold on, we can make this bit work. Has anybody read Voltaire recently? Dude, that would be a great bit! Is there a doctor on board? Yes, I'm a cardiologist. What's the problem? Quick, we need an essay on Panglossian philosophy as it relates to Candide in the post-pandemic 2021 America. Okay, look, it's getting a lot of pluses. That's all I can say right now. It's getting a lot of pluses. Does it deserve them? No. I gotta send like my freshman year English professor a nicely worded letter. Almost all of the fiction that I've ever referenced on stream has come from that one course. So many good pieces of come on, we got Incubus at home. So many of the things that I reference from literature just come from that class. Voltaire, well, Candide, Bartleby the Scrivener. I would prefer not to. We definitely want this. Bartleby the Oof. I think Bartleby the Scrivener, honestly, is a pretty relatable story for the current r/anti-work generation. I think that honestly, like if Herman Melville was still alive today, first off, that would be insane. Because he would be like 270 years old or something. Secondarily, he would be crushing it. He would be like the Dean Koontz or the John Grisham of the modern day. r/anti-work unite. Okay, I'm saying this in the nicest way possible. Sincerely, just this is curiosity, it's not judgment. Whenever I see somebody post on r/anti-work, which happens all the time, because there's a lot of Venn diagrams with content creators, subreddits, and people that are on r/anti-work for some reason. Secondarily, though, it's like they only post there, is something that I've noticed. It's like, give me Callus. Like, sometimes you'll go to some people's posting history, and they, like, r/guitar pedals, r/Objective-C programming, r/this, and so on and so forth. I feel like if somebody posts on, if I see that they post on r/anti-work, that's the only place they post, and also including r/late-stage capitalism. Again, I'm not passing judgment, it's just an observation that I've had. I'm gonna Yera the Dice Shard. And r/child free. Dude, r/child free kind of scares me. But I also do acknowledge that, like... No, I'm not gonna... Because what I was gonna say is, like, it's kind of like the r/atheism thing for me, where I was like... I never really understood why you needed an atheist community and why you couldn't just, like, go listen to music instead. Then from reading this subreddit over the years, you realize people, like, they grew up in fundamentally religious households where they were, like, ostracized for not believing the same thing as their community or their parents. So you're like, okay, now I kind of get it. So when people are like, it's a big part of my personality that I'm exploring, I'm like, I understand it. I never had that, so I can't relate. r/child free, though, scares the crap out of me. I guess I acknowledge that there's some people out there who are constantly being annoyed by their parents into having kids. And somehow that has led them to be on a subreddit where they're like, I saw a baby in public today and I wanted to, like, kick him in the head or something like that. It's just, like, it's a little, just kind of crazy on that subreddit. And then there's one that's like it's a cross between anti-work and child-free. Let's re-roll that. Which is like, I hate my parents for having me as a kid because now I've been doomed to work, which is very no, not anti-child labor. Like that's yeah, anti-natalism. I went down the rabbit hole a little while ago, and I found that subreddit and was like, man, this place is, I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I was like, it's a little weird here. Born to die, world is a frick. Anyway. I guess that's all I got. Wait, hold on. Yeah, you pop that. Now we're talking. Remember that time I got 2 cents out of this thing? It's a big difference here. Close. I should have let you have more. That's my bad. I think that's the thing about Reddit is like, Reddit is actually genuine, and you're gonna have to work with me here. As a platform, Reddit is really cool. Before this, like, before it existed, I don't know what you would do if you were into, like, a super niche interest. I guess you would have to go to, like, sourdoughstarters.com or something like that, right? So I think it's very cool. It allows you to explore other interests. But any subreddit that I have ever found that's... I don't know how deep we go here, but that's like related to, I don't want to say philosophy, but I think you kind of know what I mean. Like something that's like, you know, r/soldering. I'm like, I bet that subreddit owns. And then you get into like, you know, r/ like, you know, what are your thoughts on society? I think that's where you're like blocked. I'm not gonna block, I'm just gonna block the whole subreddit from Google Chrome. Our hockey sucks. Spotted the Leafs fan. He got me. Our fishing? Dude, I wish I, like, maybe it'll come to me when I'm older. Fishing seems like a cool hobby. It's kind of like taking a walk, but for food. Like, I like taking a walk. It's light exercise. You get out in the elements. But then when I get home, you know, I just got sparkling water. I think fishing is like, you know, it's like you're taking a walk, but then when you come home, you're like, check it out. I got these fish. I fished a lot growing up, but like, I made the classic, like, kid mistake. Where I was like, you know, my dad and my grandpa were into it. So rather than learn any of the skills, I just went like, why don't you, like, why don't you bait the hook? Why don't you, like, you know, take the fish off the hook, etc., etc. So I never learned how to do it, and now that I'm older, I don't have that information that I could have had, man. Okay, dice shard, keep it moving. I want. Well, I guess we're not doing boss rush. Ace of Hearts. Potato peeler. I say no. I've gotten really into birding. Dude, it's funny, like... I'm not even using one. I'm not, no. Sure, I guess. When I was like a kid, the idea was like bird watching was something you did like when you were super old and like had nothing else to do. Now you know what it is? I think it's like the further along we get, like on this, the more advanced technology gets, the more appealing I find hobbies that are low tech. I have no interest, even when I was into like programming, you would think that it would be like, oh, on the weekends I'd really love to, you know, like work on a Raspberry Pi magic mirror or something like that that could show me the weather while I'm getting changed or something like that. But in reality, the more programming that I did, the more I was like, dude, I should like start making like teak furniture or something. Then I'm like, that's a lot of work. I could just play MLB The Show instead. Or reading. Reading's good. Yeah, bacon's cool. Like, not the narwhal bacons, but like baking. Knitting? That's cool, because knitting is kind of like taking a walk while you're watching TV, right? That's pretty cool. I could get down with that, maybe. But then I don't wear a lot of yarn-based clothing, so I don't know what I would do. I'd be like, hey, I just made like a scarf. I don't even like wear it. Make baby clothes? Nah, I think I respect our baby enough. I wouldn't want an amateur knitter making clothes. I want the master seamstress to make our baby clothes. We're gonna get Louis Vuitton himself. Make me a pacifier, Louis. I want none of this. No items are good as this character, man. And yet the run is good. Get in there, Louis. Yeah, get in there. Get in there and make me a pacifier. Conjoined miss? Oh no, we missed out on an ability to get another frickin' useless familiar. Joke's on you, I got another useless familiar. I didn't consider becoming a goat farmer until I got my degree in engineering. I'm telling you, man, like, it's a meme, but reject modernity, embrace Monka. It's got a little bit of merit to it. I think, like, the more pervasive technology becomes, the more appealing taking a step back from the technology actually becomes as well. I'm 1 week away from completing undergrad and I want to become a mailman so bad. Dude, well, we have some mail carriers in the chat. Make yourselves known if you're here. Whenever I say, like, I think it would be cool to do that job, I don't mean to say that there's, like, not extraordinarily negative parts of it. But I think I would enjoy mail carrying more than a lot of other professions. 'Cause, hear me out here, it's a lot like taking a walk. It's like taking a really long and heavy walk. Where you might get, like, bit by a dog or something, but, like... But you also might get to pet some dogs, so that's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, being a streamer is up there. I don't really romanticize, like, not being a streamer. It's much more just, like, if I pivoted out of the industry, I'm like, man, maybe... Can you just be one of those guys who's, like... I don't want to, like, make a sword, right? Like, I don't want to be a blacksmith, but could I just be the guy that, like, dips the hot sword into the proofer or whatever, where it goes... Like, that sounds pretty cool. We're going down. Yeah. It's called a quencher. 10 years of apprenticeship for that? Son of a... Would you ever want to be a physician? I have a funny story tangentially related to that. But I remember in, like, 11th grade biology class. You didn't have to take biology in 11th grade. So our teacher opened day one by asking us, like, why are you in biology class? Literally, like, 70% of the class was like, I'm planning on going to, like, med school, I think. So I need to know, like, some degree of biology. It was very funny because, like, a lot of these people, like, I only knew them from being classmates, and I was like, buddy, you're like, you got like a C+ in geography in 9th grade. Like, you really think you're med school material? Now, some of them probably went on to become doctors because 9th grade geography doesn't determine the rest of your life. Let me out! Okay, not good damage, but I mean, that's all I got for that. It's just like, I think everybody has entertained the thought, maybe, however briefly, of like, I don't know what to do with my life, but I'm kind of like, I guess, book smart, so maybe I'll just like become a doctor or something. I don't think I would want to be a doctor. If I were a doctor, I think I would absolutely want to be one of the like, I don't know, like we've talked about it before on the on the NLSS. What? Ooh, my HP. Oh, but we get the sun card after we win here, so don't sweat it. I'm not shocked you were a judgmental high schooler. Oh, no, someone who was judgmental as a teenager. oh, I've only seen 7 billion of those. Okay, sorry, 1 second here. Okay, this is trash. It's just garbage. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, we've talked about like what would be the like the best kind of doctor to be. I still think like in the whole scheme of things, what are you looking for, right? Like I don't get grossed out. We have the wafer, I forgot. We're set, man. I don't get grossed out by like, you know, body horror stuff. The number one thing I would never want to do is have to tell somebody like you're dead, you know? So I think being like a podiatrist would be pretty okay. I think like the worst thing you would have to deal with is like, hey, you have like gout or something like that. And they'd be like, yeah, I had a hunch. Or like I don't know, maybe like an ophthalmologist or something. Like a fancy eye doctor. You're gonna have to do some, you know, what would be considered some gross work for sure. Like serious, delicate eye surgery, but... yeah, maybe podiatrist. Because like I would rather like sneeze and like break someone's ankle than screw up their corneas, I guess, at the end of the day. I guess, like, kind of the answer that most people would go for is, like, an anesthesiologist, right? But there's, like... I feel like being an anesthesiologist is a lot like having, like, 99 extremely good days at work, followed by the worst day you could ever imagine. So I'm not, I'm not sure about that one for me personally. If you've never heard it from Kate, for her C-section, she actually had to get anesthetized twice. Which is, they warn you about it, like at the start of the... Stop charging! At the start of the procedure, they're like, hey, just so you know, there's like a very, very small chance you might have to get anesthetized twice, and then your risk of, like, permanent paralysis... Dude, we have to try. No, we've already done it! Let's go, dude! Your risk of permanent paralysis is, like, squared as a result of that or something. And, you know, you're like, what are you gonna do? Just go in without without anesthetic? I don't think so. Anyway, slash marker. I mean, it was a great run. So wait. Now my friends call me Bones. What do we call? Knives Out. Thank you.